Hunted Origins by Mike West. As the waves crash above their heads, Mother Plesiosaur and her infant dive beyond the maelstrom. Her child moves in for shelter, her ancient body scarred and weathered, her giant flippers crusted with barnacles. Mother nuzzles her offspring as they descend, unconditional love, unspoken and understood. The infant begins to purr as he moves under her flipper, nowhere safer than with Mother. A silent shadow flickers past their periphery, and they instinctively know they are not alone. Scanning the murky waters, Mother can just make out a monolithic shape diving deeper in the distance. As old as the sea, Mother knows the determined movements of a predator and begins to swim faster towards the distant coast, her little one trying to keep up, her immense tail propelling them quicker. Panic sets in over him as he realizes for the first time that his mother is not the biggest in the ocean. Frantically searching below, he sees the gargantuan, a primordial fear rising. He instinctively knows what is hunting them. Megalodon. Mother knows the same and has witnessed the ancient evil that has decimated her kind since the dawn of time. The shark glides underneath them, its massive body effortlessly keeping pace with the two, mouth agape as the water rushes over rows of serrated razor teeth. Twisting her long neck to track the hunter, Mother sees the colossal tail fin disappear into darker depths and knows there is not much time. She scoops her young one to her front with one flipper and holds him there, knowing speed is the only advantage they have. A panicked squeak from her child tells her what she has been waiting for. It's coming. Water rushes up as the monster attacks, its enormous mouth wide with anticipation. The force of the assault wrenches Mother away from child, both narrowly missing the megalodon's teeth as they spiral into the thrashing water. The velocity of the attack catapults the shark out of the ocean, a surreal vision of power and fury before it crashes back into the waves. Mother calls as she breaks the surface, her long neck whipping left and right as she searches. A response echoes across the heaving waves as she sees her infant, relief pouring over her before freezing as a dorsal fin slices through the water between them. She dives down to see their hunter circling. She roars over the ocean to her child to head for land to escape. With a frantic splash, he takes off towards the coast as fast as he can. Mother's heart sinks as the fin twists and gives chase. With all her might, Mother furiously swims to reach them. The gargantuan comes into view as she drives her teeth into the tip of the tail fin. The monster doesn't even flinch as the trickle of blood oozes from the bite. Mother tries again to no avail. Making her way alongside it, she continues to nip at the pectoral fins, her small teeth doing little damage to the battle-worn behemoth. In her frustration, she dives into the side of the megalodon's head, biting at its gills. With a roar, the shark thrashes, sending her sprawling through the waves. As she spirals, she sees her child reach the rocky shore and relief overwhelms her. The megalodon continues along the shoreline, waiting for its prey to return to the ocean. Mother heads for land herself when she sees Man appear over the beach. Man, moving towards her child, hollering and waving flaming torches and sticks. As the rocks and sticks of Man crash down, she roars. Panicking, the child dives back into the sea and heads inland along the river mouth, away from Man. The giant dorsal fin of the megalodon slices through the waves and towards the river mouth. Mother also races towards the river mouth, intercepting the shark. Using her momentum, she drives into the side of the massive predator, its coarse skin scraping as she pushes it off course into the banks of the river. It thrashes, dislodging earth and rock from the riverbed, turning the water into an opaque mist. In the turmoil, as Mother continues to slam into its side, biting at its fins, blood swirling into the murky water, a searing pain echoes through her body as the megalodon's teeth find her tail, severing it. Pain emanates from her stump as she continues to charge the hurricane of fin and tooth, battling up the river as the shark gives chase. She breaks the water's surface in the chaos and sees her baby reaching the opening of the river into a giant lake, terror and panic across its young face. As blood gushes from her wound and darkness begins to ebb into her periphery, she notices a crop of boulders and rocks near the water. Using the last of her strength, she dives deep into the river and propels out, narrowly missing the shark's jaws. She slams into the boulders, shoveling earth and rock down across the river, creating a shallower pass. The megalodon, frenzied and hungry, charges the gap to reach the child, the rocks scraping its sides as it jams itself. Mother lands on top of the giant shark and with her last efforts tears at its gills and eyes, turning the murky water crimson. The child calls out for mother as it swims through the huge lake, through the rubble and carnage. Mother whimpers as she sees her child safe, no predators in sight. Dying, she knows her son will survive until the end of time. As she draws her last breath, her child cries in vain. And a tribe of hunters see the strange creature in the lake. They drop to their knees, praying to their gods to protect them, protect their Loch Ness.